Hey everyone, welcome to another Pioneer video here on Magic Arena. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and there's a link to my Coffee account in the description, so if you're able to support the channel that way, it is greatly appreciated. So today we are running some Golgari food, Golgari Sacrifice, so we have the new Sephiroth, Fabled Soldier, which is the 3/3 legendary creature that when it enters or attacks, you can sacrifice a creature if you do draw a card, and when another creature dies, target opponent loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. And if this is the fourth time this ability is resolved this turn, you can transform it into Sephiroth, the One-Winged Angel, which has the that kind of blood artist effect, but as an emblem, so it sticks around, and also when it attacks, you can sacrifice any number of other creatures if you do draw that many cards. Then the rest of the deck is Golgari Sacrifice, kind of as you'd expect to find it. So the top end is Ygra, Eater of All, which forms a kind of instant win combo with 2 copies of Cauldron Familiar, as well as just being a very hard creature for the opponent to deal with, continually getting bigger and bigger, even if you can't win the game with it straight away. We've got our Cat Oven Loops, we've got Gilded Goose, Vine Reap Mentor, Trail of Crumbs, all of which are food producers. And Trail of Crumbs obviously gives us some additional card advantage whenever we sacrifice a food. So yeah, it's good at just drawing us through our deck. Scavenger's Talent is also a good way of cheating something like an Ygra or a Sephiroth back into play if we ever get to the 3rd chapter, and in the meantime just a good self-mill card and token generator. Some interaction with Fatal Push, Dredger's Insight, Filling the Graveyard, Deadly Dispute, obviously one of the most powerful sacrifice enablers, and getting value off that. So yeah, it is Golgari Sacrifice. There's a lot of familiar cards in it. You can run Rakdos, you can run Jund, but yeah, we're just kind of trimming all the way back to black-green in this particular build. And yeah, just focusing on the core components of sort of quite a dirtly food generation, and then just getting incremental value out of that until we can win the game. In terms of the mana base, so we are running 22 lands, so a relatively low number of lands, but aside from Ygra, the curve kind of tops out at 3 mana. So 17 dual lands, then Takenuma, which is good in this particular build, Beseiju, Hive of the Eye Tyrant, and then just one of each of the basic lands as well. Sideboard, we got Cut Down, Thoughtseize, an Abrupt Decay, just kind of really kind of rounding out that interaction package. Same with Paw Patch Foundation, which is very good in certain matchups, but even if it's not a removal spell, the ability to cycle it and create a food token does at least mean it's never a dead card. Then Damping Sphere is there for Lotus Field and other decks which try and cast lots of non-creature spells or lots of spells in one turn, so Phoenix, that kind of thing. And then 3 copies of Leyline of the Void. Obviously, we want to leave our own graveyard alone in a deck like this, but we may need to interact with the opponents, and Leyline of the Void is the most efficient way of doing that. So yeah, that is the deck. Golgari Sacrifice. Sephiroth, again, just the 2 copies, as we don't want to overload on a kind of a tangential strategy, but some additional value, which if we ever do flip it, will very quickly end the game. So yeah, that's the deck. Thank you very much for watching. Let's take it on to the ladder. I seem to be stuck going on the draw a lot at the moment. No, I don't think so. Scavenger's Talent, yeah, this is just too much food enabling, not enough else. Well, that's good. So yeah, let's just... Okay, the opponent's on mono red, so the fact that our food can potentially gain us some life is actually not a terrible thing. Three Soul Scar Mages. How dare you? Okay, let's get Oven down. And also Vine Reap Mentor. Which will help fuel the food. No attacks, huh? Very sus. Okay, well, play Trail of Crumbs. Then let's sack the food to add a green mana. Are we paying 1 or are we just playing Vine Reap Mentor? I think let's just play the Mentor here. Okay, the opponent's got a lot of creatures. And if they ever find a non-creature spell, then we could be in trouble. Okay. Cauldron Familiar is fine. So yeah, let's get that. And we'll auto-pay. Grab another one. Now we've got double cat. That's a technical term. Okay, more creatures. Fine. Well, I'm just going to do my thing then. With the Trail of Crumbs, this is going to be much better. So there's Ygra, which will allow us to win the game, I believe, at this turn. So yeah, we'll play Ygra. Sack the Cauldron Familiar. Then we can just start looping Cauldron Familiars. Now, opponent, you have a choice. You can either sit around and wait for this, or you can concede. Thank you. Okay, so the opponent got a little unlucky there in that they didn't have any of their non-creature spells, so they couldn't really make the best use of their prowess. So, I'm not sure if I want Damping Sphere in this matchup. I don't think I do. I want Cut Down, and I want Abrupt Decay. I probably want that in place of... I don't know, what's not so good here? Trail of Crumbs is probably a bit too slow on the draw, so let's get rid of that. Maybe one Scavenger's Talent as well. The Dredger's Insight gaining additional life is actually quite nice. So I think it's fine like this. Yep, it's a pretty good opening hand. Okay, Ghost Vacuum is annoying, but it's not the end of the world. Okay. In which case, I shall simply play a Dredger's Insight. I think let's take Ygra back before they exile it. To be fair, that is also quite good against mono red. So yeah, we're on 22 life already. Okay, Screaming Nemesis we can deal with. So yeah, it's Fatal Push. Hang on a sec. I don't think it makes any difference that we do it this way, but At least now the game will know what we're doing. One dead Screaming Nemesis. So I think I'm willing to just chill for a turn, and then we can either create a food with Gilded Goose or sack it at the end of turn. Either way, it'll give us what we need to put Ygra into play. Another Screaming Nemesis, huh? Okay, well, that's a little annoying, but it's not the end of the world. So I think let's leave our goose alive and just make a food token. And we'll get Ygra into play. So the Nemesis can attack through Ygra because I'm not going to block it. We want a Cory Steelcutter as well. Okay. Opponents go in big. Now am I willing to block it? So if I block with Ygra and then sack the... This becomes an 8/8. I don't think so. I don't love it. Okay, Sephiroth's pretty good. So we'll play him. Let's sack the goose. Could trigger my Dredger's Insight. Now, am I willing to attack with Ygra? I think I am. I'll play the Oven. Pass the turn. So I'm not blocking the Screaming Nemesis, whatever happens, so... Slick Shot Show Off. Okay, no blocks. Yeah, I would assume if they'd had a second spell there, they would have cast it to get the Cory Steelcutter value. No? Okay. So that was slightly awkward for them. But Light Up the Stage is a good card. So I think I'm going to Deadly Dispute one of these ovens. Well, that's garbage. I'll Deadly Dispute the other oven, or just this treasure token then. Okay, this, yeah, should be able to win the game now. I can play Cauldron Familiar. Ooh, actually, they'll have Ghost Vacuum, so will they be able to stop me from doing this? No, because I can just do it in response. That's now got no targets. I'll loop the cat again. Good game, opponent. Ah, very good. Okay, we were able to get there just by drawing a few extra cards. Yeah. Not again. Stuck on the draw forever. Yeah, sadly, if this was a dual land, I might consider keeping it. Am I going to keep it anyway? I mean, I've got a lot of 1-drops. No doubt instant regret, but I'm willing to try. If I draw any kind of second land, I'm in a great time. Cool. Never punished. Let's start with Scavenger's Talent, I think. Because Steam Vents makes me think they'll have a removal spell for my Cauldron Familiar if I play it. Yeah, okay, so this is Phoenix. Should be an interesting matchup. I'm not hugely thrilled about my chances in game 1. But we do have our loop going now. That's a lot of cantrips. This will produce a lot of food. Will it be enough? I hear no one ask. Probably not, because they've got 2 Phoenixes. Okay, the opponent's had quite a good start. So we'll start with a Dredger's. Well, actually, let's just play this land first. Dredger's Insight. Pick up Vineweep Mentor. Pass the turn. So we'll be able to push one of the Phoenixes. But if the opponent's got a Treacher Cruiser... Oh, come on now. Okay, well, they've had basically the best start that Phoenix can... Yeah, this is... I've rarely seen Phoenix operate as powerfully as this. But that's fine. We'll just, you know, laugh. So, bring back the cat. Fatal Push Big Phoenix. Take 3. I mean, we're not doing nothing to their life total here, which is something. So, let's level up the Scavenger's Talent, play a Vineweep Mentor. And if we are able to get an Ygra into the graveyard, then we can potentially win in a turn or two. Okay, that's pretty good. So, let's do cat loop things. I shall not be milling my opponent. I hope they understand why. There's Ygra. So if I put a stop on my end step, so what I need to do now is level up my Scavenger's talent, pass through my turn, ooh, you public menace. How dare you ruin my plans like that? Okay, well, we'll revert to plan A then. I forget what plan A is, but... Okay, they don't have much else going on. So I'll take one. Loot my cat. Again, this incremental life gain is actually pretty good. So yeah, we'll level up again. And I'll pass the turn. And I can just do the same thing. Yep, cool. Okay, great. Whew, okay, they had a super explosive start, but we were able to beat them, which is pretty encouraging. So I want Leyline of the Void, I want Damping Sphere, and I want Paw Patch Formation. What don't I want here? Abrupt Decay. I suppose Abrupt Decay is a decent answer to something like a Corey Steel Cutter, so maybe I do want those because I have a feeling they'll be coming in. That does mean I've got a lot of stuff to trim. So what can go? I think Trail of Crumbs can go. Vine Reap Mentor can go. Sephiroth can go. A couple of Fatal Pushes can go. Yeah, maybe just go down to one Fatal Push. Yeah, this is a very different kind of deck. I feel like it's probably the right thing to do. This isn't a keepable hand, I don't think. This one's better. It's a shame it doesn't have Leyline of the Void. I think let's just put back a land. Okay. That's fine, we can be patient. Ledger Shredder. That's fun. Okay, I don't think... We don't need to... actually, no, let's just kill that now before I start trying to cast more than one thing a turn. Ledger Shredder you don't see hugely often these days. Why would you not play that on red? I am confused. Another Spell Pierce. Okay. Okay, so I shall simply play a Goose. Yeah, don't think we're quite at... I don't know what's happening here. I'm doing a lot of durdling. There's a Phoenix. Where's melee line of the and a treasure? But they always have treasure cruise, don't they? Have you never known? Have you ever seen a Phoenix player just not have treasure cruise? Let's Deadly Dispute our Cauldron Familiar. Oops. Pretty garbage. All of my good cards gone. Okay, I'll play another Goose. Which will allow me to do Deadly Dispute things again next turn. I should have attacked with the Cauldron Familiar there. That was a missed damage, but never mind. Probably not winning this game anyway. Just drawing a lot of nothing. Thing is, I haven't drawn any of my sideboard cards, but at the same time, I kind of got rid of all of my good stuff as well. This doesn't seem to be the right way this is supposed to happen. Good lord. I mean, I need something more than just land and Deadly Dispute. Where's the rest of my deck? Thanks, Leyline of the Void. Well, I suppose it's not unreasonable to play it. So yeah, let's get that into play. Then we'll Paw Patch formation their Arclight Phoenix, but she'll exile it. Very well. Just flip an outrage. Okay. Let's play Leyline of the Void again. I mean, all I'm doing is just drawing land here. I mean, what on earth is this draw? Bah. It has like 4 land in it. Okay, that was not good. But Do we need to be a little more proactive? Yeah, so I think on the play, let's stick Vine Wheat Mentor back in. Trim a couple of Gilded Gooses and the last Fatal Push. Well, actually, now I've seen Ledger Shredder. Let's put all of the Fatal Pushes back in. What am I talking about? Yeah, let's just get rid of all the geese, because they felt particularly heinous in that game. Trim a Deadly Dispute. Trim a Paw Patch Formation. Leyline in the opening hand. Please. Okay, that'll do. So I think let's pop back. I kind of want Abrupt Decay. Maybe I just don't want... Scavenger's Talent is kind of how you win. Let's put back the Familiar, because I could always grab that again, potentially with a Dredger's Insight. Never punished. Let's take Overgrown Tomb, I think, here. Slightly painful to play, but probably less painful than in the long run. Oh, kill that. Play my Cauldron Familiar. Madness. Why does my opponent have so much better draws than I do? Oh, go away. Nobody likes you. Okay, well, there's an oven. Sadly, I fear this may all be coming far too late, but it is possible that we'll be able to we'll be able to win in, like, a turn. It's not likely, but it's possible. Especially not with draws like that. It's weird how I've got so many sideboard cards against this deck, but my sideboard has just proved utterly ineffective. It's really weird. If I go to 7, bring back a familiar, and then I'm kind of out of things to do, so you know. None of my combo seems to be appearing. Let's try again. Come on. Where's all my stuff? Well, we'll pass the turn again. Again, it's not impossible that we find a way out of this. Can you stop holding priority, please? It makes me think you've got like an Into the Flood more, and that's really going to annoy me. Honestly, I don't know why I bother. Okay, there's Ygra. Give me a fish. Let me bring my Cauldron Familiar back. At least I'm gaining 3 life every time I do this. Oh look, another spell! At least these are only 1/1s this time. So let's bring this chappy back. Scavenger's Talent, level it up. Play Witch's Oven again. So they do get a free connive off that, but I think I don't really have any other choice. And yep, let them go again. So I'm close to being able to win here. But I'm also staring down a lot of damage. Yeah, particularly if they keep drawing like that. Seems legit. Okay, are you done? So I should be able to survive this turn. So, past the blockers. Block. Block. And we'll sack the Cauldron Familiar. Mill. Bring it back. Okay. I think they can sense I'm going to win now. Bring it back. So put stop on my end step. Master damage. So I got a 4. Yes. Now we level up here. Attack. Gotta try and get this right. Go to end step. Resolve. Sack 1, 2, 3. Bring back Ygra. Now just start milling the opponent. Bring back Cauldron Familiar. Okay, now we can just do the loop. Not the number of triggers I have to resolve to do this. No, sacrifice the Cauldron Familiar, not the food. God, it's taking a minute, isn't it? We'll be able to win in short order, but do it again. They've only got 20 cards left in their library as well. So I mean, I'll have won before then, but it is worth noting that you can mill them out as well as an alternative win condition. Maybe I should have just sacked the Dredge's Insights rather than anything else. That would have shortened the number of triggers I needed to do. I mean, it doesn't, you know, ultimately it makes precious little difference, but, you know, it might have been nicer for those of you at home who are now having to suffer through this particular show. I would just pause the video, but I'm too busy concentrating. Plus also, the longer I extend the second match means the video is now long enough I don't need to play a third match. So, you know, swings and roundabouts. Okay, we're nearly there. I like the opponents making us do it. Commitment to being salty. Plus also, you never know, I might misclick or run out of time. But it's fine, we're nearly there. I could have, and even if I put a stop on their upkeep, even if I do misclick, I can just restart the process again. But we've done it now. So yeah, that was some super convoluted play. We did eventually win, and the opponent has 6 cards left in their library. Okay, whew. Fought through the steel cutters and my terrible sideboarding to achieve a victory. Okay, well that is Golgari Sacrifice for you. Yeah, it is a difficult deck to pilot, particularly if you have to go through the motions. It is quite tiring to have to do, but it's powerful stuff when you can get the combo off. And as you can see, we were behind all the way through that third game, but we were just able to assemble the combo just in time. So yeah, you're never entirely out of it. with that deck, no matter how bad it looks. Ooh, another Joshua. So yeah, that is Golgari Sacrifice. Tiring, but a good deck to play. Yeah, Sephiroth adds, we didn't play it a huge number of times, and the kind of the fundamental combo at the heart of the deck is still pretty sound, but Sephiroth just adds some speed and resilience to the strategy, and yeah, it's just a good card. So yeah, here's the deck list one more time in the description as usual. Thank you very much for watching. Like and subscribe if you haven't already, and contribute to the Coffee account if you can. And yeah, I'll see you next time.